Hey, this is Stu with the Military Officer Real Estate Investment Club, and we're going to now go through rent versus buy case study number 2. We're going to see what it looks like in a higher priced market. The example here is we received orders to Denver, Colorado, which is quite a bit higher of a price point than our first case study in Norfolk. So, same scenario, we're either going to decide to buy right away when we move, or we're going to rent right away when we move, and then as a real estate investor look for a cash flowing investment property elsewhere. So scenario 1 here, buying our residence in Denver, and then we'll turn it into a rental after 3 years. The purchase price of homes in Denver for what we would be looking for is around $450,000. And the average rent for that same area is around $2,800 a month. And so this time we are assuming that we're going to use that VA loan, which is so great for military, at 0% down over 30 years at 3.75% interest. So our purchase cost, down payment is nothing. We did put 1% for closing costs just for any of those extra fees, but maybe you can get away with putting absolute zero down. But we'll say $4,500 for purchase costs. And then annual costs, we looked up the taxes and insurance averages in Denver, and that's with about 0.56 for taxes and 0.36 for annual insurance. And then we're going to add our maintenance and our capital expenditures for an annual cost of $34,000. So then again, at year 4, we're going to turn it into a rental, and we're going to rent it out for the same price of $2,800. And our property management is 10%. And our vacancy rate of 1 month, we'll add those to our costs. So we scroll down here, and you'll see that we're pretty much in the red every single month. Years 1 through 3, we're quite a bit in the red because we're not receiving any income on the property. And then years 4 through 30, about $6,700 a year in the red, for a total at the year 3 there of $288,000. And this is assuming that our expenses and income don't change over 3 years, which probably isn't very likely, but we'll use it anyways. So then we compare that to if we decided to rent in Denver and then buy a cash flowing property somewhere else. And somewhere else, we chose Dallas, Texas as our market for looking for cash flowing fourplexes. So if we rented in Denver at $2,800 a month, which was the average for where we were looking to live, that'd be $33,600 a year in rent. And then we were looking down in Texas, and we found some fourplexes, purchase price of $200,000 for $2,800 a month in income. And again, on a investment property, you're going to have to put 20 to 25% down. We put 20 down for a term of 30 years at 4.75%. So our purchase costs there were our down payment of 20%. And our closing costs of 4% for a total of $48,000 out of pocket for the purchase. The annual cost there, taxes and insurance are quite a bit higher in Texas. So the taxes are 2.19% and the insurance is about 0.6%. So we added that in there, plus our maintenance fees, capital expenditure saving, property management, and our vacancy rate, for a total of $23,758 per year for annual costs. So if you go down here and look at the net cash over 30 years, year 1 is quite a bit out of pocket because of the purchase of the fourplex, the annual cost of the fourplex, and then you have your 3 years of renting in Denver. So years 1 through 3 are in the negative, but then as soon as you are moving and you keep that fourplex year 4, you're going to have a cash flow of about $9,800 a year. So if you scroll down, and again, income and expenses don't change, you're in the positive by $146,000. So you take the two and compare it, and as you'll see here that buying in Denver doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Renting in Denver and buying a fourplex in Dallas, Texas almost is twice as much net worth than it would be if you were buying in Denver. So we'll go back here and just change one thing again. Let's just say you bought Denver and you decided to turn it into a Airbnb rental, or let's say you bought near a college and you're renting to college students and you can get more money for your rent. So let's say we're going to change it to $4,000 a month in rent. And now you'll scroll down here and you'll see that you're in the net positive every year after year 4. And if you compare that to renting, your rent wouldn't change. You'd keep that at $2,800. So then you'd compare that, and now it makes a whole lot more sense to buy in Denver if you can get a higher price point for your rental after you leave in Denver. You're at $492,000 net worth versus renting $352,000. So again, hope that makes a little sense. It's helped us tremendously on whether deciding to buy or rent in Denver, Colorado when we move there. If you guys like what you see and you want a copy of this Excel spreadsheet so you can play with it yourself to compare for your market that you're going to, become a member on Moriac and then contact us and let us know that you want a copy of the Excel spreadsheet. Hope you guys liked it. Enjoy.